Hello everybody, welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new album by SeeYouSpaceCowboy titled Coup de Grâce. So SeeYouSpaceCowboy is a hardcore punk metalcore act, also dubbed into MySpacecore, which is pretty much around the era where MySpace was pretty big and bands were sort of booming around the scene. Bands like Suicide Silence, at least around that era, but they definitely fit in terms of the aesthetic of that. You get a good presence of emo, as well as diving a lot more into just some very hardcore metal esque ideas. These Space Cowboys have got a very unique palette for this sound of theirs. Now, I haven't actually listened to anything else from since other than this record, but if this is their best or their worst, or maybe in the middle of their discography, it's a really good album, and I think it's a great one for sure in the discography to have. This album has a lot of versatility. They managed to have a lot of creative ideas, some really refreshing riffs, and even some stuff that kind of reminds me of other stuff, but like made in a way that it just absolutely fucking bangs. Like, for example, Lubricant Like Kerosene. This one features Kim Dracula. Yeah, the literal riff just immediately reminded me of Animal I've Become by 3 Days Grace, and to take it to the way it did, it definitely gives it a more fun, vibrant sound. There's a lot of fun aesthetics. Sometimes you get a bit of a groove that just drives into some very harsh metal, like Chewing the Scenary does. You also got a bunch of other guest features on this record as well. Iris.exe, which I've never really heard of until I saw the track list for the upcoming Bad Omens Concrete Forever release, which Iris.exe does have a few appearances in, but Iris.exe kind of is the go and the interlude tracks, although Allow Us to Set the Scene is an interlude song. I kind of feel this one's more of a song than an interlude, but Respite for a Tragic Tale is more of an interlude, so that one kind of fits. But then you also got some others as well. Courtney LaPlante, lead singer of Spiritbox, is on To the Dance Floor for Shelter. Absolutely great feature. Just the overall sound as well is just incredible on that track. Probably one of my favourites. But then I'll have to say probably one of the weakest features is Nothing Nowhere. I do like the artist, but I will be honest, I think their feature is just kind of used on one of the weaker tracks. I think this song is still good, but I didn't really feel like they popped out as much. I kind of felt more kind of vibing with the SeeYouSpaceCowboy vocalists rather than Nothing Nowhere. But still, I generally say there's an album jam-packed with banger after banger. There's not really anything disappoints, and there's a lot of vibrant overall fun to be had with this one. It's very loud, very aggressive, but it also has some calmer moments here and there. The first half just blows you away with this overall presence, and the second half continues the momentum with, while be it having some slower moments, but it still keeps to some very insane levels. SeeYouSpaceCowboy has dropped probably one of the best records of this year so far. Now, I'm not saying it's my favourite album of the year, but it's definitely one that gets a sort of unique rating, I'd say, because I haven't really given this one to many albums this year, but I'm thinking of this being a 4.5 out of 5 album for me. It's a really strong one. It's just got absolutely insane ideas to go with it, and it's just one of the most interesting releases. It definitely brings back to the 2006-2008 era of what a lot of bands are doing, especially with Screamo, but the band doesn't really want to be labelled as Screamo because there's a lot more to it than that. It's not like the debut record, I Brought My Bullets, that My Chemical Romance did, which is Screamo. This one definitely has a lot more metal influence and drives with some very artistic decisions to give it a very creative palette. But yeah, this is a 4.5 out of 5 album for me. Definitely one of the best ones, for sure. I can definitely see this staying in the top 10, unless there's a shitload of bangers. But SeeYouSpaceCowboy just surprised me with this. I was expecting, a good listen, not a fantastic one. But yeah, really good album. I'm actually really shocked with this one, and I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next video.